Alright, good evening. Once again, I am very tired today, so probably gonna try to keep this one short. But let's see here. Ammonite. The tail of the T-Rex. Can make some money off that at least. What else do we got? Two more. Let's see. Another ammonite. Okay. And what is this? From Tom Nook? Grapefruit table? Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's open these up and get these all sold. Today, I went to see... Oh my god, why can't I remember what it's called? What is it called? Companion. That's what it's called. It's just a word. I feel like horror movies are named very generically these days. I'm not sure why that's become a trend. So you're one of those odd nocturnal folk, aren't you? A creature of the night. Yeah, I am. Yep. So, how's it going? Sahara's always working so hard selling her carpets. I wonder when she has time to rest. If she'd just get a car, or maybe take the train, she could rest a little. But no, she has to walk everywhere. I don't think she even has time to enjoy all the money she's making off me, little hare. Why does she do that? That is very strange. Also, why do you spend so much money on carpets from Sahara? Not that that's a problem, I just, didn't realize you were such a carpet person. Okay, yeah, so Companion was actually very, very good. I liked it more than I thought I would. I also really enjoyed Barbarian, which is, I guess, the other movie the director worked on, or was it? I think it was the director. I really liked that movie, and I also I just really like Justin Long, I think is his name. I think he's a great actor. He's got a really good vibe, so I like him a lot. So I pretty much like anything he's in, including Tusk. But yeah, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of an impulsive decision to go see it, because it was like 5 o'clock when my wife and I were like, hey, should we go see this movie? And it was playing at 5:30. So when we decided we did want to, we had to leave immediately. This just a rover? Why is there so much space stuff? I wonder if there's a space walls and floors. I'm so tired. Walls and floors too, that I could decorate a room entirely space themed. That'd be cool. And then today I messed around with that horror game concept a little bit more. I didn't make a huge amount of progress. Because yesterday I said, yeah, I think the next step is just adding deliberate imperfections. Nope. Instead of making actual progress with the game, I decided the next step was to continue adjusting small parameters until the black center rectangle looked absolutely perfect. And now it's in a place that I'm really happy with. So now I can finally start adding deliberate imperfections to how it covers the the monster thing. And then after that, I want to look into shaders and stuff for like camera effects, like a little bit of a fisheye effect, other camera stuff, like faking compression artifacts is definitely not the right thing. That's not what I mean, but like something that looks like the footage has been compressed or something, you know, would be cool. And then adding some elements like a timestamp or whatever, stuff, so that, you know, just so that it looks like it's an actual camera. I think that'd be a lot of fun to mess around with. Of course, I'm not just doing it because it's fun, I'm doing it because that's part of the game's concept, but you know, that's what I mean. I also haven't ever... I've like messed around with 3D stuff in Godot before, but I haven't like gotten far enough with a 3D project to the point where I'm building out levels in 3D. So that's going to be a pretty big learning curve for me as well. Because, I mean, like I've said before, I don't even know 3D modeling, really. I've just started picking it up because I just think it'd be cool to learn about. And so, combining learning 3D modeling with I have never built out a level in 3D before, and I don't really know what the steps are or how to, you know, take into account like performance stuff, how to make things more performant, what best practices actually are for a lot of these things. It makes it very kind of scary to try and dip my toes into when I barely even know where to start, you know. But that's kind of the point, is just having a project that I am reasonably excited enough about, that I can use it as an excuse to learn all this 3D stuff, just because I think it'll be fun to do so, and I won't be totally devastated if the project doesn't end up happening because it ends up being too big of a learning curve, or I lose interest in trying to figure out 3D stuff or what have you. But yeah, that's what's going on, I guess. One of the other devs for the other game I'm working on reached out to me today saying, hey, is there anything I should be working on? And I gave him something he could do, and I don't know if he actually did it or even tried. He didn't respond after I gave him that thing to do. Well, okay, no, he did respond once, just asking about like what spline package I was using in the project, but then I didn't hear anything else after that. So I don't know how much progress actually happened on that. I'm hoping he got it figured out. I think it's interesting that I feel like I am becoming kind of the director of this project, just because of the fact that I'm kind of the only one putting a lot of work into it, and I guess also because I came up with the original idea, and I have a very specific sort of vision in my head for what I want the aesthetic of the game to be, and by aesthetic I don't mean like visual aesthetic. This is a whole other ramble that I'm not going to get into because I want to go to bed. But I learned about this thing called MDA recently, which is mechanics mechanics dynamics aesthetics, which is, it's basically just a way to describe how I have to stop myself from going into a whole other ramble. It's a way of describing how the mechanics you program into the game like go through this pipeline that become what the player feels as they are playing the game. And so that's what I mean by aesthetic. I don't mean visual aesthetic. I mean how the game is meant to feel. And for that reason, I've been trying not to be insufferable. I certainly hope I haven't been. I hope the reason the other two programmers haven't really been working on it much isn't because I've been a bitch about it, but I have this idea in my head for how the game will feel, and there are certain aspects that I really need to make sure are a specific way. And it's not always easy to describe or explain. And I like, once those mechanics are explained, they're like, okay, that makes sense. I dig that. But it's still like, it's such a process of like, they'll suggest something and I'll say, no, we can't do that. I'm sorry. But for this very specific reason, I don't want it to be like that. And they're like, ugh. So hopefully it's not a me problem, but I guess you never know. We'll just have to see how it goes. But I think that's it for today, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow.